talking about one of my favorite shows, The 100. This is a review for Season 4, Episode 4, entitled A Lie Guarded. So we had three basic storylines. We had what was going on in Polis, we had what was going on in Arcadia, and we had what was going on in Allie's Island. Okay, let's get into the first one, what was going on in Polis. So at the beginning, we see Kane and Octavia, and they're hanging out at the Tree Crew clubhouse, I guess it was, because it's a bunch of Tree Crew guys, and two of them are there. And Kane is basically telling Octavia he's not too much of a fan of her little assassin on the side job, telling her she's going to knock it off and head back to Arcadia. You know, Octavia isn't too happy with this. She's going to try to find Indra. Meanwhile, Kane is summoned to the chambers of the king. So King Rowan brings Kane into his chambers, and he's like, "Hey, I think you're withholding information from me." And he brings out Bellamy and this other guy, and right away the other guy's going to get it. He's got Echo right behind him with a knife, and Rowan's like, from what these guys are telling us, you're trying to seal up your ship, so that's how you're going to survive the apocalypse, and you've captured a Nightblood for some reason, Luna of the boat people. What's going on? And Kane basically tells him, well, we got to seal up the ship. We're all going to die. And, we need Nightblood so we can, fend off the radiation. And, of course, this pisses off Rowan, so goes the red shirt. And then Rowan's like, okay, deal's off. We're going to war with you assholes. And, they said, take out Indra and her people and take out Octavia. And Octavia ends up going back to the clubhouse, finding all the people that are dead. And, she's asking about Indra, and the one last guy who's alive is like, she took off to warn her people. You need to go warn yours. So Octavia runs back to tell him. She gets ambushed by Echo and a few other guys on this cliffside. She takes out two of them, but then she's fighting Echo, and Echo gets the better of her, stabs her right through the chest, out the back. Octavia just flies off the cliff. I knew someone was going to fall off it. I figured it was either going to be one of the two Ice Nation guys or Echo. I didn't think it would be Octavia, but she falls off. She survives. So, I was like, is this her death scene when she falls? I'm like, nah, I bet she lives. I mean, she landed in the water, so she was going to live. So, Allie's Island, that's what I call that island where Jaha met Allie, and Abby's leading a team there with Murphy, his squeeze Emery, I think her name is. And they're taking Luna and Nico with them, and Raven. And the idea is that on that island, they probably have what they need to take Luna's blood and make a cure. Anyway, they get attacked by drones, lose a guy, and then Nico sees one of the drones is about to shoot Luna, so he sacrifices himself. That was a big loss tonight. Nico, the healer, the one grounder healer, always a cool guy. Now he's gone. Basically, they stop the drones and find Allie's lab. Not much of a story there, but you got to see Murphy save Raven's life, and then Raven convincing Luna to work with them, and we lost Nico. So back in Arcadia, Monty and Jasper find Clark's list of the 100 that she's going to save. And it's kind of unsettling for them because they find out that Monty and Harper are on the list. I mean, now there's Jasper. Jasper doesn't care. Jasper, at the beginning, they had rain. I thought it was the acid rain. And he just kind of stands there and soaks it all in. I thought that was kind of misleading. Like, I could have sworn in the trailers for this episode they were showing a whole bunch of people died on account of the rain. Maybe that's in the next episode. I don't know. But, it didn't happen in this one. Anyway, Jasper and Monty find this list, and Jasper's all pissed about it, so he's going to try to tell the whole camp. But then Clark walks in and gets a shitload of foam to her face because they had set up some kind of a trick with a virus suppressant. So basically, four-fifths of the camp is pissed at Clark because they're not on the list. Jaha comes in and says, hey, I got an idea. How about making a lottery? But you're not going to get your name in the thing unless you're willing to work for it. And that's it with that storyline. So yeah, I like tonight's episode. It had some pretty cool scenes. I like Clark getting foam in the face. There's not a lot of humor on this show, at least physical humor. I like how Monty got to do more than just kind of stand by. He made his own decision because he wants to save, Harper, his main squeeze. And, the stuff with the Grounders, Rowan, wanting to go to war with them. I don't know. I'm getting the feeling it's just going to be resolved in the next episode. They'll come to some kind of agreement. I did like the stuff on the Alley's Island with Luna and Raven, and her trying to convince Luna you can still save all these other people, even if you don't like us. And Luna, has her suspicions because she thinks all the black blood's going to be pumped out of her. But I still think Indra's daughter, Gali, I think her name is, she's going to be out trying to find Nightbloods, and that's how, that's going to be a part of the storyline of the season. And then they'll have more Nightbloods, more Nightblood, and they'll be able to save her. And we'll see how that all turns out. Like I said, I thought tonight was a pretty simple episode, and it delivered.